but you'll never find another like me. I'm the only one of me. Baby, that's the fun of me.
Hello my beautiful smilers, I hope your day is going well today. This video will be about the old versus new art game in Animal Jam Play Wild. Okay, so this is the old version of the art game. As you can see, we have got the palette at the top, which is where you select your colours. We have below that, we have your favourite colours, so whatever colours you like to use, you can put it there. We have the brush tool, which give us the eyedropper, the spray paint, the brush, as you can see, and some shapes. Then we have the brush size. We have the back button, we have the save button or load, we have the frame button where you can pick your frames, the delete button, the rubbish bin, as you can see, and the contest button, which if you want to enter a contest that Animal Jam are doing, you just press that and enter your work into it. And then we have the close down button. This is my painting of Bambi. I used a lot of different colours. I had to mix colours together to get the colour that I wanted. As you can see on Bambi's fur, there's different kind of orange and yellow I've used, and a beige sort of colour. I had to go to the palette and mix colours together to create the colour that I wanted. When it came to using the brush tools, I never really used the normal brush tool. I would always use the spray paint. This gives a nice effect to the fur, as you can see, and the flowers. I did use the circle tool to do the head shape of Bambi. Sorry about the pop-ups. So yes, I did use the shape tool to do Bambi's head and to do Thumper's head, to do the flowers. So yeah, I did use the circle tool, but they're the only tools I used were spray paint and the circle tool. Now I did use the smudge tool, which was really helpful when doing the background or smudging two colours together, like the butterfly, the flowers, the top of Bambi's hair. The smudge tool was really useful when it came to things like this. And the spray paint is amazing because it gives a nice effect to the trees, a nice effect to the flowers, the leaves. So they're really good, useful tools to use in the old version of the game. When it comes to the brush size, there wasn't much to work with. So what I did was I used spray paint. I did my painting. Then for finer lines, like around the ear, in the flowers, I just used the background colour. So I used the eyedropper, get the background colour and spray paint over it just to create fine lines. The spray paint is also good for making nice smooth lines and not the harsh lines that the brush tool would do. It's also good for creating colours like the background in the sky. You can see the lighter colour, the darker colour, so it gradually gets lighter from darker, which is really cool. Now with the back button, you can only use it once, which was a pain really. For any artist, it's a pain. So what I did was I saved regularly and made sure that I did step by step, saved and saved and saved. That's all you could really do with using the old version. This meant I did the background first, and then I went on to doing the trees and the flowers, and then I did the characters. Then once you're done, I saved it, of course. Then I picked my frame, which you only get a small selection to choose from. I chose my frame and then I submitted it and off it went. So that's the old version that I've gone through. Now I'll be moving on to the new version. Okay, so this is the new version of the art game in Animal Jam Play Wild. As you can see, there is some more buttons to use, and I will go through them one by one. So we still have the colour palette to the top, but there is more options when you press on it. As you can see, there's got all these beautiful colours that you can use, and you can use the hue, which is a great addition, so you can go from dark to light quite easily. And you've got your basic colours on the right. And then you have your brush tool, which the old version had, but if you press on it, you also now have the blur tool, and you have a much bigger brush size selection. And finally, you also have the eraser, which is really handy. It's better than doing the spray paint idea that I mentioned. So in the older version, I really loved the spray paint tool, but in this new version, I don't like it as much. I would love for Animal Jam to fix some things. For example, I will show you what I mean. So I want to spray paint around the eyes and the mouth. As you can see, it just doesn't mix very well. It just doesn't look as right as it did on the older version. But you also have your smudge tool that you still use, like I have done here. I've just smudged orange and yellow together, which still creates a nice effect, as you can see. Or you can use the blurred tool to make it nice and blurry, like so. Again, you can use the brush size, so you can make it smaller or bigger. And then you've got the eraser tool, which I absolutely love, just to erase it all, which you can do it with a big brush or a small brush, depending on what you want to erase. Now it has come to my most favourite part about the new version of the Animal Jam art game, and that is layers. Now you can find layers to the left hand side, and it's the icon with the pages on. Now if I click on that, you'll be able to see my orange circle. That's my first layer. And if you toggle this right here, it just makes it appear and disappear. The arrows to the side is just to move the layer up or move the layer down. Now with the pages with the plus sign, that means to add a layer, which I've just done. And now you see this green circle, that means I'm on that layer now. So the orange circle is my background now. Now if I draw, let's just see, if I just draw around it here, as you can see, it's behind the orange circle now. And that is because it's underneath that orange circle layer. Now, it also means that if I wanted to erase my work that I've just done, it won't erase the orange circle, it would just erase the red lines, like so. Now I still have that layer. As you can see, the red lines are still behind the orange circle because I haven't erased them. If I move this layer up, so I use the up icon, you will now be able to see the red lines. Now I can still erase that and it still won't erase my orange circle, as you can see. Now I don't want this layer anymore, so I can delete it by pressing the page with the cross on it. And as you can see, it's the layer with the green circle that I'm deleting. So I delete that, and now I've just got my orange circle. Now if I wanted to emerge, I do my red lines again. And I will add a layer, and I put it on top of the orange circle. Now you see the bottom icon with the arrow going over the page. That means I merge them all together, like so. And now I come to the back button and the forward button, which you'll be able to see in a minute. So just say I drew something, and then I drew something on top. Oh, I've made a mistake, so now I can go back like so. But instead of like the old version, you can only move back once, you can undo once. I can undo more than once now, as you can see. The spray paint is also good for making nice smooth lines and not the harsh lines that the brush tool would do. It's also good for creating colours like the background in the sky. You can see the lighter colour, the darker colour, so it gradually gets lighter from darker, which is really cool. Now this is an art I made quite earlier. Now the frames, you get more frames if you're a member, which you'll be able to see with the frame button. Now I can either use it as a wallpaper or flooring, or I can use with a frame, which I like to do. Now you can see it's got this nice floral one with the flowers, and you see the member sign below it. You can only get that if you're a member, so I can get that like so. And other frames is the black, the clear one, the normal older ones, the one with a red frame, and all different colour frames you can get there. So that's it. I cross that off, and now I'm done. Now I do prefer the newer version for other things, such as the layers, the multiple undo buttons you can use, and the much more variety of colours, and the brush size tool. It's really handy, but the only negative for this one I think is the spray paint. I don't really like using the spray paint on the newer version. If Animal Jam could maybe fix some things with it, that'd be great. So that's my opinion on the new version. The older version, it was good. I got comfortable with it, I got used to it. I do miss it in some ways, but I think I do prefer the newer version. So that's it for my video for today. I hope you really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making the video. Thank you for watching, and a little smiley face for you there. I'm not particularly good at writing on Animal Jam, but yeah, so I hope you really enjoyed it, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel